Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the first Hooks and Broomsticks crochet podcast of 2022. Today is Thursday. I wrote it down. Hold on. Thursday, January 13th, 2022. And it is episode 46. 46. Considering I don't do them, I haven't in the past done them like regularly. And they're pretty long, so they've always been kind of like bi-weekly or monthly. 46 is pretty good. Pretty proud of myself. Okay, so, but I will try to make this, that being said, a quicker one because I am so far still trying to stick to my new goals of the year, which is to put out more content, but slightly shorter. So it's... You guys, holy cows. My friend Seth, the one that's always messaging me like during videos, my phone is just like lighting up. Seth's got a lot to say again today, I guess. But speaking of Seth, because he does sometimes watch this. Hey, Seth, if you're watching, congratulations, because he just got certified at our job today. So he is a big boy now. Good job, Seth. So... getting into the yarny talk now. One of the things I wanted to mention, like first and foremost, is the MAL that just started January 4th and is running until, I wrote it down because I forget dates, April 14th. You wouldn't think I would forget that date, but anyway, it's running until April 14th, and it is the Peter Steele Memorial MAL, which had a really great, like, positive turnout feedback. Not so much turnout yet. Only one person so far has posted, but I was amazed that anybody has finished anything yet to post. So, like, that it's not like I'm not disappointed or shaming anybody or however that may have come across. I'm more surprised and like, wow, that's awesome. Because, yeah, Linda's already got two finished pieces for the MAL, and it is posted. If you would like to join along and enter, it is on there's a thread on my Facebook page specifically to enter your finished objects. And as the name implies, it is, you may not know who it is. There is a video. I will try to remember to link the video to describe everything, but long story short, because I like to run my make-alongs in honor of people that I feel are important or have been important to my life in some way or another. Peter Steele is a taken from us too early singer from one of my favorite bands, Typo Negative, if you may or may not have heard of them. And I have a really deep connection to him, so I wanted to memorialize him with crochet. Your items do not have to be specifically Typo Negative, especially like it's not everybody's cup of tea. Rock music, specifically goth rock, is not for everyone. I understand that. So I try to include everybody like on my Stranger Things MAL when I ran it and when I run it in the future. My outlook on that is if you can convince me that these objects belonged in the 80s, it counted. And I had several people that just entered like vintagey things instead of specifically Stranger Things items. And that's okay with me. That's totally fine by me. In fact, love vintage things, love 80s. But with the Peter Steele Memorial MAL, Typo Negative is known for their colors being green and black. In fact, they have a song called The Green Man that is, well, there's a deity in pagan religion, of course, the Green Man. But Peter Steele is known as the Green Man because his favorite color is green, and they always use this certain, it is actually a shade. I don't know if he actually like mixed colors like in paint or something and created it, but like it's his brand of green, and it's called Vinland green. And but that doesn't have to be the only green in the mal. I would say like any kind of darkish green to be specific, but I am accepting any green and black. That's where I was getting to with this. If you don't listen to rock, if you don't know who Peter Steele is, if you draw no inspiration from them, an object in green and black would be accepted. So if you have green and black yarn, you could enter. And crochet, knitting, loom weaving, cross stitch, any kind of fibery entry is accepted. So hopefully you are inspired. Or like I have not made my makes that I plan to make for this yet, but like Linda made a green and black item, and she made a microphone because Pete was a singer. Pete is also a bass player, bass guitar, not the like cello bass. Although in a video, I think it was in Black Number 1 was the name of the video. He was a mountain of a man. Let me just say, he was like 6'4", 6'7". He was humongous. He was built and he was huge. If you don't know who he is, and in the video, the cello type bass that I was talking about, the big heavy, he was picking one up and playing it like a bass guitar. Like he's a mountain of a man. So he was a mountain of a man. So I guess it could have technically been the other bass. He's played both then. But anywho, like I said, if you want a little bit more detail, I'll try to remember to link the video. Also join my Facebook group, and you can post away there. And you can always message me to ask questions if I wasn't clear enough about anything. And yeah, that's all I will put into talking about it. But I hope that you guys join. I hope you can also enter by emailing me the picture of your finished make. Also, for those of you that don't have and or want Facebook. So, because I try to include everybody, you know, because I love you guys and I want everybody to like play along. And even if you don't know who Pete is, I feel like the fact that we're having this make along in his memory, like just people being creative with even his name in mind, just makes me really happy, you know. So, okay, now I'm done talking about it. As far as things that I've made, most of the stuff that I've been doing, I have separate videos for, which will be upcoming videos. I have a blanket that I'm in the process of making for the movie marquee blanket challenge with Sandy from Crochet Canada. We're doing weekly updates, and each month we're drawing a name of a movie and drawing inspiration from the movie poster. There's also in our Facebook groups, we invite everybody to, you could make a blanket along with us, which is what we're doing. Or some people have been doing like squares. Some people have been doing cowls. I think I saw somebody said they were going to do a cowl for the movie with the colors. Some people are doing blankets but are using their own movie. Like if this movie is not something you have access to, or if it's from a genre that you don't particularly care about, then that's fine too. But I have that video coming out. I said that movie. I have a lot of movie things happening though. I am still picking up my movie and stitch project and doing the videos I'm going to complete. So I have M through N coming up, and realizing that I had already picked a Q movie and I have to go find it because it is no longer streaming where I thought it was. So I may be on the hunt for a new one. I also brought back Whip Weekend, which I don't want to show these projects because they're going to be in videos coming up, I guess. But like, I want to at the same time, but I'm not going to because they'll be up, and I'm trying to keep this short, and I'm babbling anyway. But that's coming along, and I will have one of those updates posted. It'll be number 9 for that series. And I do have yarny things that I can show you though. I worked on some smaller things. like, I think it was at the very end of Vlogmas that I showed you guys this finished object, which is the Emery Cluster Stitch Beanie. It is by Ruby Webs on Etsy. It's a paid pattern, and I'll try to remember to link that. Try to remember to put links, like there might be a bunch of links now for this particular podcast. But I made this with some yarn that was gifted to me by Bella. And hi, Bella. And it was one skein of Yarn Bee. I love this yarn. In the colorway Cinnamon Bark? Maybe. I'm not sure. And my ball band is not here. So, and I only had the one. So, but it makes this pretty design. Most of the ones that I saw and it is paid pattern, if I didn't mention that, from Etsy. I don't know if Etsy has any like free patterns like Revelry does. I don't think they do. I haven't come across one anyway. Yeah. Most of them were solid color examples that I saw, but I really like the way this is just like a self-striping yarn. It wasn't, it's not any separate yarns or anything. So, and like there's the top, because this is meant for a pom-pom. In all of the things there's a pom-pom, but I only have a super lime green pom-pom, so I have not yet gone and I was thinking maybe I could find like a brownish one or something to go with it, or even green in this color, in this type, like more of this shade than neon. But I made, when you buy the pattern, you get 2 versions, and one is a brim and one is a brimless version. And so you double crochet, or crochet in the back loop. I'm sorry, I'm sputtery today. And you just fold that up, and there's like, it's been a minute since I worked on these, but there's like, I think 4 or 5 sizes, and I made probably the smaller, the medium-sized adult hat because of my head being tiny. And that is how it came out. And I think like if there was a pom-pom, this would be so cute. I am just not, the one thing I will say is I'm not used to having hats that are actually fit to my head because of my head being small, right? I'm used to slouchier, like this should be up here and it would still look fine because it's supposed to be a fitted hat. But I'm used to things slouching so much that my first instinct is to like start pulling on this. Maybe not that much, but like if it slouched like that, I'd be much more like comfortable or whatever, because that's what I'm used to. Maybe that's a little bit too big, and it like yeah, just too big. I can't think of the word. I'm really brain dead. I need some more caffeine or something today. But yeah, I'm used to it being bigger anyway than the fitted fit was on. So I do like it. I will definitely wear it. I think because it's like fitted and all that, it would probably be someplace like if I had to dress up nicer. I think I mentioned that before. I'd probably wear this to a nicer kind of thing instead of just everywhere. Because most of my stuff like is, I think I have one, yeah. Like this is that one that I made an orange and black one for me and a pink and black one for Damon. And it's, when you put this one on, it is very, see how big it is? It's very slouchy on me. And the one I made for Damon's even bigger. Like he's got a big old head. I have a picture somewhere of me wearing it and it just looks like ridiculous. But that's what I'm used to wearing, is because this is the normal sized one and it's still quite big. So I turned it into a slouchy. But anywho, so getting back to the reason I said that about the hat sizing and stuff is I decided to do another one that I'm not quite done with yet because I've been working on all these blankets in the Scarfy yarn that Damon got me for Christmas, which was a color I hadn't had yet. You guys know I love Scarfy. This is in Cream Taupe. It's very pretty, very pretty. And it's a, excuse me, it's a bigger yarn. Supposedly, I always treat this as a size 4, even though it says it's a bulky 5. I always do. I always have. I don't know why, but anyway. So I started and I made the bigger size brim, and I have upsized the hook. Like that was, you use two different size hooks, and I think this one was an H hook on the brim, and I think you just went up to an I hook, if I remember right, on the body of the hat. And I'm pretty sure with this one I don't remember if I stuck with the H hook. I may have for this, but I went up to, oh no, a J or a K? I think I went up to a J because I only pulled the K hook back out recently for a different project. So usually I have like my certain sizes sitting at my work desk. So I don't know why I'm still wearing my hat. Anyway, so it's going to end up, and I'm going to use quite a bit of this, even though it's got more yardage than the pattern calls for, partially because a bigger hook, and partially because I'm going to make it slouchy so that when the band does fold, when the headband part does fold, it will still have quite a slouch to it. I stopped the other one a little bit too early, and like I said, it fits, but it's snug to my head and fitted to my head. And I didn't realize just how not used to that I am. So yeah, I'm going to make a bigger version. I think that's going to look really pretty once the fade starts. It's already starting to fade into the brown again here. So like once that fade starts, I think that's going to be gorgeous. So that is a whip that I can show you. And then I have one other thing that I started working on, just because, you know, another month, Valentine's Day will be upon us. And I have had this pattern for a while, called the Hearts in Bloom motif by Michaela Bates on Ravelry. And I will also try to link. Sometimes I can't link the direct pattern if I've already bought it. It's paid for pattern, by the way. So it doesn't work for some reason. So I have to link to her shop, but there'll be a link anyway that it should be easy to find if you can't find it. But it is called the Heart in Bloom motif. And when I was making all of those dragon egg bags, I just decided to use like the scraps that I had still kind of laying around from that, because there was so much of each thing left over. I didn't like ball it up and put it away in like my little drawers and stuff for scraps. So I still had like half skeins and stuff. So I had, I didn't bring the ball band with me. I can't remember if the name of it is just Rainbow, but it is the Lion Brand ice cream, the cotton ice cream yarn. And I just started making these heart motifs. Which one was the first one? I think it was this one that I did. But I thought with the rainbow, that comes out so pretty. Like in their example, right here, you use a color. And then this is like all meant to be like a solid color. Like I think they used gray, like a neutral color in their examples. And then you do the outline in the same color as the inside, which is pretty. And that was my intent when I got it. And I may still do that. But I just thought the rainbow was so pretty. Like I genuinely love these. I did use a bigger hook. I think it called for, I want to say an H hook, and I used a J hook. Well, this is another, you use two different sizes. So I think I used an I hook and a J hook for this instead of whatever the pattern recommends. And I ended up using the last of my scrap. I had just a tiny little bit left, so I ended up with 4 of those. I do have more balls of this, but it was just the scraps ends that I was interested in using up. And I thought those were so pretty. And like they could be coasters, they could be washcloths, but I think I'm going to connect them to make like a bunting, you know, like to hang, like I did a couple Halloweens ago with the ghosts that I made. And those are still hanging over the doorway to Damon's room. But yeah, I think I might do that. So I might make some more of this color, or I might just keep doing like scraps. So these won't all be together in the line. They'll be different ones, because then I pulled out scrap that I had 2 small scrap balls, and they ended up just enough to make 2 of the hearts. This is in the color, or this is in Boogie Nights, Lion Brand Boogie Nights. And it is sparkly, as you can see, very, very sparkly, which in a way might take away from the pattern, or the fact that it's so dark might, but holding these and touching them, I love Boogie Nights. Like, I love it. When they had it at Meijer, I wish I had not waited until Meijer was discontinuing it here in town. So now I'll have to order it from Lion Brand, and I should put in it. I'm not going to until I use up more yarn. Please, Lion Brand, do not discontinue it before I make another purchase, because that is my intent, is to buy some more. I only had this color, which was Joker, and a green color, which I don't remember the name of. And I do still have, I think, 2 balls of the green color. Because my intent had been this, and the green would have made a pretty, like, Victorian Christmas item at the time that I got them. And then I didn't do it. So what did I use this red for? It was somewhat recent, I feel. But I can't for the life of me remember what I used it for. Do you guys remember? It wouldn't have been a blanket because I didn't have enough. It wouldn't have been a shawl because I didn't have enough. But I remember absolutely loving the way it felt. Was it a hat? I can't remember now. I bet you I have it laying around somewhere, but I can't remember it. I'll figure it out. Anyway. So I had just enough to make 2 of these. And, like, it doesn't go that well with the rainbow. But I thought maybe if I have different scraps, I could still do, like, a scrappy bunting with other stuff in between too. We'll see. These are so soft, and you can hardly, in my opinion, like, maybe you can feel that the glitter is there, but it's not like, I don't know, like mandala, the sparkle mandala. You can definitely feel that scratch in there. Like, I could seriously just, like, make a pillow out of this. It's almost like, it isn't like the cloud cakes, but it's like that feeling for me of, I love it so much, you know. I wish I'd gotten more colors of that. Like, the black would have been beautiful. They have this, I was always thinking even then, they had this, like, orangey color. It's almost like a faded orange. And it would have went great with the green that I have. Or they also have, like, every other tuxedo in the 70s was made out of this powdery blue color. And they have, like, a powdery blue color. So I think that orange and blue would have went really pretty together. But yeah, so I made those anyway. So soft. Definitely have to get more of this at some point when I buy some yarn. I really like this stuff. I need to do my current favorites, and this might make the list right now, to be honest with you guys. I love it. But I'm going to stop going on about that. And yeah, because my other videos are coming up showing you the progress of my blankets, because, like, this is like the season or the year of the blankets for me. Like, last year seemed like the year of the shawl. And for the most part, all of my other years have been like the season of the blanket because I love making them. I just had realized by the end of last year how much I didn't finish them from last year. So I'm, like, trying to make an actual effort to finish them and get them going and everything this year. I hear somebody at the door. I don't know if it's Abby or not, though. Anyway, that is my cue to go, right, guys? So thank you for joining me, and I definitely have other videos coming up. And yeah, I will just talk to you soon. I love you guys. Bye.